Hello everyone. So today is August the 5th, year 2024, and I have a bone to pick. So less than 24 hours ago, my relatives on my dad's side apparently had one of the biggest family reunion. And it is very obvious that this was planned way ahead of time. Because if you look in the family, I had many of my aunts or uncles who live out of state. For example, my Aunt Frances, she lives in New Mexico. My brother, who lives in Phoenix, Arizona, which is over 4 hours away from where they had that family reunion. Also, my favorite, my Uncle Sam, from the last time I heard, lives in Georgia. And I know they had this family reunion near Pierce, Arizona, near the border of Mexico. Now, you might be asking, what's the problem, Victor Jr.? Well, the problem is this. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry were notified about this reunion, except for me. Now, you might be asking, well, is this a Jehovah's Witness family only? No. If you look on the far right, it might be your left, you could see my Uncle Manny in that big bright green shirt with his husband. Yeah, you guessed it. My Uncle Manny is not just gay and married to a man, he's also an ex-Jehovah's Witness. How about my other aunts? I'm not going to use no names, but I can name definitely more than one of my aunts who actually has been an ex-Jehovah's Witness longer than me, and I'm coming up to my 20th year. Every single person, no matter who you are, gay, straight, ex-Jehovah's Witness, practicing Jehovah's Witness, they could be a Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, they didn't care. Every single person was present and, of course, notified, except for me. Now, you might be asking, why did they not notify you? Well, let me tell you this. Here's the things I know they didn't do. It's not because I live in Washington, the state, and then they live in Arizona. It's not because I'm gay and they're not. Because Manny, he's gay. He's married to a man. Actually, I think I know the real reason why I wasn't notified. And I'm about to tell you. It's because of me finding out the secret. Yeah, the big secret behind my Uncle Sam. Yep, you guessed it. You know what? I only got 6 more minutes to do this video. So, when I went to my cousin's funeral many years ago, and my Uncle Sam approached me, he knew I was no longer a Jehovah's Witness. He knew I was gay. He told me he was back in the good graces of Jehovah's Witness. And then he asked me, after we had a nice chit-chat after the funeral, at the wake, have you talked to my kids lately, Spencer and Sterling? Of course, at that time, I was like, no, I haven't seen them for like over a decade. Have you spoke to them? He looked at me, he looked like he was about to cry. No, I haven't seen my kids, and I would love to see how they're doing, if they still live in Mesa, Arizona, if they're married, if they're active Jehovah's Witnesses, if he has grandchildren, or if they're alive, dead, whatever. I felt pity for him. Then, of course, a couple years rolled over, and the secret came out. He actually reached me. I didn't reach him. My cousin reached me. Yeah, that's my Uncle Sam's son, Spencer. And of course, we had that nice chit-chat conversation. I was like, wow, you're so grown up now. You're married, you have young children now. You know, your dad's trying to reach you, wants to know how you're doing, if you're married, or whatever, if you still live in Arizona, Mesa. And then the secret came out. My cousin spilled his guts to me that there was a big reason. He didn't use the word big, but he said there's a reason behind why I don't have anything to do with my dad. And I'm like, what's that? And there it was. He spilled his guts and informed me that their own flesh and blood dad, yep, that's Samson, I'm this active Jehovah's Witness, he committed incest, raping his own flesh and blood son. Not once, not twice. He did this for years. And each time, for what my cousin told me, each time he would rape them, he would say, we're making love because the love of Jehovah. You sick son of a bitch. And then, to make it worse, he then tell me that their dad also raped his own wife. That I'm not saying every single day, but she'll be woken up constantly in the middle of her sleep trying to rape her while she's unconscious. You sick son of a bitch. And so I had to do a background check on him. I was like, oh, hell no. I wanted to get a background check on my uncle. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 10 times, not 15 times, not 30 times, not 50 times, but 64 different arrests, including life suspended, revoked. He had just one after another, after another, after another, after another DUIs, including, but not limited to, extreme DUIs. I didn't even know they had such things as extreme DUIs. Then arrest 54. It clearly states that on his 54th arrest, he failed to register as a sex offender in the county he lived in. Obviously, my uncle had to been at one point or another been arrested and charged because he became a registered sex offender. And when that all spilled out to the public, to me, of course, my dad, who's I'm a Jehovah's Witness elder, he kept pressuring me, becoming Facebook friends. So I did. And you know what I did? I went to my dad's Facebook public, and I notified my dad what I found out about his brother. Now, you think my dad ever confronted me? You lying son of a bitch. You're wrong. No! I have all the evidence. 64 arrests. I even went to my little brother. He, of course, didn't believe me in the beginning. And you know what I did with my little brother, Beaner? I sent him every single arrest, all 64, one after another, after another, after another. So, my video is about to end. I only get 10 minutes, so stay tuned. I'm going to get to part 2.